Hey y'all, we're back. It is the Retire with Less series. Now, I know there's been some confusion like, what's the real account? What's the paper account? The Retire with Less series has always been and will always be a paper account. Someone also had, of course, their opinions and criticisms that they really should keep in their own pocket, but they said, well, this is just stupid, basically, because the emotions involved in options. And okay, this is why I've tried, and I wish I would have done it from the beginning. This is why I tried to sell at support levels, right? Sell cash secured puts at support levels every single month, and I tried to do that consistently. I wish I would have been more consistent with it because, you know, what I'm trying to do essentially, if to be completely blunt and forthright, I don't do this series for you. Okay? I do this series for me. Why? Because I fit the parameters of my thoughts here. How can I retire with less money? Because essentially I never saved for retirement. I don't have a 401k, don't have a career, don't have an education. I'm normal Joe Blow person from that had a horrible childhood, that didn't graduate high school, never went to post-secondary school, worked retail for most of his life, only made 60 grand in a year, like once or twice in his life. Other than that, it's been a lot less than that. Okay. So, I was 40 something years old and I thought, how the hell am I going to retire? I had no idea. I never thought about it. So that's how I pretty much came up with this. Okay. So technically this isn't for you guys, even though I'm sharing it with you. I just figured there's got to be people like me that are in that same boat that I just rambled on about. Okay. And there has to be a solution for us. Now, is it safe? Is it is it ideal? Is it what the experts say that you need? Absolutely friggin' not. Because if we were to listen to the experts at my age, say, late 40s, 50s, and you're sitting here making 30, 40 grand a year, guess what? You'll never make it, ever. Sadly. But that's the truth. That's the hard facts. Okay. Now, if you've gone to college, had a good job, or started investing extremely early, then yes, you can listen to the quote unquote experts and accumulate millions of dollars and Bob's your uncle. But for me and a whole bunch of people out there, that's just not in the cards. So that's how I came up with the Retire with Less series. I wanted to see if a smaller sum could be used to generate enough income through the power of stock options. Yeah. Can we generate enough income to at least retire part-time? Okay. And not bust our ass and work at a job and drop dead, in the middle of our job. Maybe we're working at Lowe's, drop dead in the middle of the freaking paint department. That doesn't sound ideal to me. Okay. So that is why I came up with this series. Now they're talking about, well, the gentleman that made the comment, that there's emotion involved. Yes, I agree. But what other options do I have here? Okay. Now, when you go to buy an investment, right? You go to buy, let's say, SCHD ETF, right? Or SPY or VOO, whatever. What do? what do you do? The very first thing that you do, mostly the majority of people, they look at the historical performance of that ETF or fund. That's exactly what we all do. Every single time we look up an ETF or look up an index, what has it done in the past 5 years? What has it done in the past 10 years? Guess what? That's exactly what I'm doing here. Okay. Now it is my criteria, whatever, but I am building a historical performance out of this series. And it's a $250,000 paper portfolio that I'm selling options on to generate income every single month. I'm trying to generate at least $3,000 every month. Okay. Now, will a lot of people can't live on $3,000 a month. I get that. Okay. But like I just said, could you work part-time? Or would that $3,000 per month at age 62, along with your Social Security check, be plenty enough for you to live? Like even after all this inflation and stuff, and living in a high cost state of California like I do, my wife and I still live on roughly $40,000 a year. Okay. Now, could we do the same thing in another state? Possibly, but our income would also drop because we wouldn't be making what we can make here. So it's kind of all relative in a sense. Okay, rant over, I guess. But I just typed in retirement on Google, and it was funny because I was like, oh, what is this? Why it's possible to, look at that, retire with less than $500,000. And I found that I was laughing my ass off before I hit record because I was reading through this article, right? And it was just talking about 401ks and putting away as much money as you can and all that stuff. And then it comes down to here. They talk about this guy, Leon Lebrecq, whatever the heck his name is, CEO of LJPR, a fee-only financial advisor and wealth management firm based in Troy, Michigan. So I think fee-only, I could be wrong, but I think he just charges an upfront fee. Like, okay, give me $5,000 and I'll put together a retirement plan for you or something like that. I could be wrong. Or he could be taking a percentage of your assets. I don't know. But I was like, well, I wonder what this guy, because it's talking about how can you retire with less than 500,000 or how can you save up for 500,000? I was like, maybe there's a real nugget of knowledge here, right? So here it is. Here's the nugget of knowledge that you're going to be paying for from a financial advisor. Lebrecq has helped some clients save well over $500,000 for their futures and believes he has found a solid formula for wealth accumulation. What it is? Simply save a larger percentage of your income. Come on. Oh boy. I don't know, man. I messed up by being uneducated and working my butt off because I could be this dude, I'm sure he makes big time money, this Leon Lebrecq CEO. And there is his nugget of knowledge. Simply save a larger percentage of your income. Wow. I don't know, man. Sometimes this stuff pisses me off. But anyway, let's move on. May, I'm recording this in two separate sections because I'm pretty busy this week, but the Retire with Less series for May, how did it end up, right? We ended up not owning anything. The puts that we sold for SOXL expired worthless because on June 16th, it ended up being $25 a share. So all these contracts just ended up expiring worthless. So essentially, we are all in cash again, except for this little bit of RYLD that we have. So in this, we are all cash, 264. Wait, is that right? Let's take a look. Yeah. We are sitting on all cash, $264,678, $36,000 in RYLD, total portfolio value of $300,000. We started this with $250,000 back in 2021, or actually in 2020 is really when it started, but I didn't really keep track of anything until 2021. We pulled out $34,000 of income in 2021, and in 2022 we pulled out $36,000 in income. So could that help you? Could this help you? $34,000 and $36,000 annually. Can this help you retire part-time? Could it help you retire full-time? Possibly, depending upon your expenses. Are you 62, 65, whatever, collecting Social Security on top of this? Hey, it could work out very well. Now, we also had another side to this, which was IWM. This used to be QYLD only. It was just pulling in QYLD's dividends. That worked for about a year and a half, and then it kind of blew up, and then it started not making as much money as it should. So we sold out. We quote unquote sold out. These are paper portfolios of QYLD, and we started running cash secured puts on TNA, which is the Russell 2000 3x leveraged ETF. And for May, we had 2,000 shares, or we have 2,000 shares of TNA at a cost basis of $72,000. We had sold 20 covered calls at a 36 strike. And because TNA closed at $34.98 on Friday, those expired worthless, and we kept our shares. We had also sold 20 contracts at a 27 strike on TNA put contracts. Now, the put contracts, if on June 16th, TNA was $27 or lower, we would have had to buy $54,000 worth of TNA, but it didn't, so all those contracts expired worthless. So we are sitting on $69,960 worth of TNA shares and basically $129,000 of cash. Total portfolio value of $200,000. So QYLD really eroded our value here, and we're trying to make that up somehow. But it worked for a little bit. You see, 2021 we made $34,000 in cash. In 2022, when QYLD got hurt, we went down to $29,500. So we're trying to bring that back up. We do require $3,000 a month. So even if we don't make $3,000 in options premium, we will pull it out of our cash pile. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. Following clip is going to be June. I'm not doing it. I mean, market's not open. I'll probably record that sometime during the week, and we'll find out if we make enough money to live another month in June. So there goes my rant. Hope you guys enjoyed. Now let's take a look at June. Hey, so I'm back. It's Wednesday. I just recorded that last segment 2 days ago, and you know what? Was I in a bad mood? I don't normally watch back my videos. Like, I say what I say, and that's it. I no apologies. I still don't apologize for anything I might have said. I don't even know what I said, but I was a little heated, wasn't I? Oh, well, it is what it is. It was a 3-day weekend. It was a good weekend. So here we are on Wednesday trying to look at the Retire with Less June portion of the income, and I got bad news. Things didn't work out as planned. Now, it's been a horrible few months, even in real life options trading, and I'm going to have that video out tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for you, not tomorrow for me, but Sunday. So you have a double header GW videos. That'll be on my real portfolio. This one is the paper portfolio. I think I went over that in the last segment. Um, but it's been really a horrible time to be selling put options. Options in general. The VIX is low, and that doesn't translate to high premiums. So what that has done in the paper portfolio is it's had me not doing so much, and that is okay, right? That's part of the reason why I kept such a large cash position for times like these when you don't make enough. You have to pull from your cash, and that's just the way it is. Um, that's the way it is in real life too. I know I had a rant about real life paper portfolio, real account, and all that stuff. But it's same principles, right? How did June go as far as the QQQ SOXL side, the large cap side, I like to call it? Not very well. We ended up only selling, only selling 30 put contracts on SOXL at a $15 strike. Now, why are you saying a $15 strike, GW? Like I said in the last segment, I believe I said it, I talked about support levels. And that's where I'm at. Like personally, I haven't sold an SOXL put in my real portfolio in quite a long time, nor have I done a TQQQ. And those are my two like bread and butter plays. And that is simply because the support levels. Now I got SOXL pulled up here. Let's go to the chart, advanced chart. And we're having a nice pullback this week. So hopefully it gets back into the range. But if we look at the support level, even the automatically generated one for SOXL out of Fidelity is all the way down to $14.70. That there's no premium down there. You'll see. I sold quite a few of $15 strikes, and there's just not nothing there. There's just not nothing there. Proper English? Good enough. And TQQQ, same story. NASDAQ's run up, and I've stayed away from it. Had a small pullback today, but the support level is way down here to $22. There's no premium down there. People say, well, why don't you just, play it? I just don't. I don't need to. I don't need to chase anything. That's same thing with retire with less, and same thing in the real life portfolio. You end up chasing stuff, you'll get in trouble, and that's essentially what I've been doing, not chasing. And you'll have to tune in tomorrow, Sunday, for what I've been doing in the real portfolio. So, like I said, SOXL, we did 30 contracts at a 15 strike out to the July 21st expiration. Now, what that means is if by July 21st, if SOXL is 15 or lower, we will need to buy 3,000 shares or $45,000 worth of SOXL. Now, for that commitment, we were paid $15 a contract. So $450. And that's it. That's all I did. We got the 18.3 cents from RYLD from the 2,000 shares we have there, and that pulled in $366. And look at me. I didn't even do the dang math. I'm prepared. GW's prepared today. So we got $816 for June. Let's see. Will this actually math out? It does. We had to pull $2,184 from the cash balance. And let's see. I can't do math, and I don't. Someone said that I know how to do Google Sheets, and I do not. Google Sheets. I fumble through this stuff like no tomorrow. So that brings our cash balance down to $262,136 because we're basically all cash in this account. We don't own anything. No shares of SOXL, no shares of TQQ. The only thing we own is the 2,000 shares of RYLD. Okay. And all we've done is put in 30 contracts of SOXL. So what that means is, nope, that didn't work. Dang it. So I got a minus $45,000 off of that. So this here, let's see if we can do it. Equals AC 8 minus, screw it, 45,000. So we have $262,136 in our account, $174,320 free and clear, because we have 45,000. That's not right. Oh, that's because it should be AC9. What the heck? No, AA9. Holy cow. See? You think I know what the hell I'm doing. I don't. $217,136, encumbered or unencumbered cash, I should say. So that's it. Like you see, the past 3 months, we've been on the struggle bus, with the SOXL and TQQQ run up, and me not wanting to chase premium. We're just playing the support levels. Now, once SOXL or TQQQ either come down and establish another support level, we're probably going to be in this range for a while. And that's okay. Like I said, there's a lot to be said about not chasing, not having big losses or things like that. There's a lot to be said about that. And that's what's going on with my own portfolio. I've been avoiding losses all year long, and it's been great. Now, did I participate in the total run-up of the NASDAQ? No. But, it is what it is. So that's it. On that side, let's look at the small cap. Now, the small cap, TNA has actually been, which is the 3X leveraged ETF for the small cap, that one has actually been decent. I have been playing that in real life as well. And, whoops, I added a digit there. TNA. Come on. Now that has been in a nice little range, and that support level is at 31. So I don't have a problem with playing 30 on this, and I have in my real account as well. The reason why I play 30 is because of this gap from here to there. That gap will probably want to be filled. If I was real smart, which I'm not, I'd probably want to go down to like 28. But 30 is okay. 30 is okay. So what did I do? We do own 2,000 shares of TNA in this on the small cap side. So if you watched the last segment, we kept them. We did sell 20 covered calls at a $36 strike price, which is equal to our cost basis. So that means on July 21st, if TNA is $36 or above, we will have to sell all 2,000 shares at $36. Now, for that obligation, we collected $160 per contract. Times that by 20 contracts, we collected $3,200. Okay. And then I went ahead and be a little bit more aggressive, build up some cash on this side, because like I said previously, this one has been hurting because of QYLD. We sold 10 contracts at that 30 strike. And that means that by July 21st, if TNA is at $30 or below, we will buy another 1,000 shares at $30. So we need to put aside $30,000 for that. And for that obligation, we got paid $70 a piece, so $700 total. So brought in $3,900. Now, like I said, we do require $3,000 to be pulled out. So $3,000 comes out. and we spend it on whatever, right? Spend it on M&Ms. Okay, do something with it. We did have an excess of $900, so that got added to our cash. So 130,288 in cash right now, and then unencumbered is 100,288 because we have that $30,000 of cash that needs to be secured for the 10 contracts of TNA. So there you have it. The small caps are winning for now. When the large cap SOXL TQQQ come back into a trading range, and we'll get back into it. Until then, we're fine just living on the cash. A lot of people say, well, how come you don't calculate what interest you're making on this? Because it's quite a bit. I mean, if you figure there's $200,000 earning a 4.5% interest, right? What is that? 4.5% interest, $9,000 a year divided by 12. That's an extra $750 a month or something on top of this. I'm not going to calculate it, only because you need to know the average in that month of what you have. And because these numbers change in the middle of the month, I'm not going to do it. Just know that you are earning money on cash right now, 4.5%, almost 5% in some places. So we're not doing so bad. And you know what I'm saying? Says, we take $750 off of that shortfall. We're actually positive in May, and then, we're down 1,500 or something in June. So anyhow, that's all I got. Rants and retire with less. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by using the links down below. Amazon's a great way to do it. But there's other ways as well down below. So I'd appreciate all that. Share, subscribe if you please. Thumbs down if you please. I've been getting lots of those lately. So hopefully everybody had a good one, and we will see you tomorrow. All right. Bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.